One of my grandsons, his name is Nicholas, he's 10 years old, and he sent me a video the other day. His class at school, I guess they're learning about what it takes to run for president. And so on this video, it's my 10-year-old grandson standing up there telling us why he should be the one that we should elect as our next president. His slogan, or the theme of his campaign apparently, is that he wants everyone just to be able to get along with each other. It made for a pretty good little video. You know, with the elections coming up in the months and year to come, the one thing that I just dread about elections is where one politician says something bad about the other one, and then that one turns around and says something even worse about the first one, and they just sling mud back and forth. And I hate to admit it, but by the time the elections are over, I just want someone to be elected because I'm tired of hearing all the mudslinging. Well, my name is Richard Coleman, and I'm the pastor at Shepherd Church of the Nazarene in Lexington, South Carolina, and it's great to spend just a few moments with you today. I've been looking at the life of David. David is now at a point in his life where he has a grown son. That son's name is Absalom. Absalom has, I guess you would say, had a military coup and has knocked David out of office. David is on the run. He's no longer in Jerusalem. Matter of fact, Absalom has sent an army to kill David. And so David and some of his loyal soldiers, they're making their way around trying to keep from getting killed. They go through a town, and in that town, there is a relative of King Saul. And that relative of King Saul sees David and his entourage going through his town, and he starts literally throwing rocks at David. In addition to that, he starts yelling things at David. He keeps saying, "I'm glad this is happening to you. I'm glad you're on the run. You deserve everything that you're getting. You are a murderer." But when I think about that, we know the story about King Saul, how King Saul was jealous of David and he tried his best to kill David. But David intentionally never caused any harm to come to King Saul. He had opportunity, but he vowed that he would never do that because King Saul was God's anointed. And so when King Saul was killed in battle, David had nothing to do with that, but later David became king. And so I see this relative of David saying things that just are not true. He did not have his story straight. And it's so easy for us sometimes to hear something or assume something and then repeat it and hurt someone's reputation or hurt their feelings. It's really important as Christians that we get our facts straight. And then I think more about the story. The soldiers that were with King David, one of them looked over at David and he said, "Would you like for me to go over there and cut his head off?" Now, that was not an analogy that the soldier was giving. He meant it. He meant to literally go over there and cut the man's head off. And David, interesting enough, David said no. He said, "Let him speak his piece and let the Lord work out the details." You know, there's many times in our life where things happen and maybe the first thing we want to do is respond, and many times maybe not in a very nice fashion when someone speaks ill of us or someone says something that's not the truth. And there are times when we need to stand up and speak and make sure the truth is known, but I think there's other times when maybe we can just let God handle it. I think of it was a quote that Abraham Lincoln is known for. He actually He actually paraphrased one of the Proverbs, but Abraham Lincoln is given credit for it. And it says, "It is better to remain silent and fault a fool than to speak up and remove all doubt." Well, I guess the point that I'd like to get across today is that whenever we speak as a Christian, we are representing God. And it's very important that when we speak, that we are doing a good job of representing Him. So may the Lord bless you and keep you. May His face shine upon you. May you truly be able to speak words of wisdom this week. Thanks for taking the time and watching today.